so windy, she has to hold on to me. I almost turned back around.
Welcome back to my channel, Nicole's Crafty Corner Chic Organics. Thank you so much again for the more than 2,000 subscribers. I'm super excited about that, and I'm greatly appreciative of you joining me and telling your friends to join me. Today, I want to bring you this super cute Cloudy Days wrap. So go ahead and grab your supplies and let's get started. For supplies, you're going to need a size H hook, 5mm. You're also going to need cotton yarn. You'll need two different colors. You'll need color A and color B. You'll need a yarn needle, scissors, and stitch markers. All right, everyone, let us get started with color A. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go ahead and chain 102 inches. This is going to be the length of your straps. Okay. I made mine 102 inches, which is about 350 chains. Consider that about 22 inches of this will be going around the circumference of your head. So the straps on either side are what you kind of want to gauge. So I like mine about this length. You can make them whatever length you want. It won't mess up the pattern if you go shorter or longer. So go ahead and do that. And then when you come back, go ahead and chain one. And then you're going to half double crochet into that second chain from the hook. Like so. And then you're just going to half double crochet all the way across the length of your chain. All right, we are coming to the last few stitches of our first row of half double crochet. All right, that is the last one. We're going to chain one, turn our work, and then we're going to half double crochet all the way across again, except I'm going into the back loops for this one. You don't have to. I just like the aesthetic that it adds going into the back row. So go ahead and go all the way across again, and I will meet you at the end of our half double crochet row, which will be the end of our straps. Okay, now that you have finished both rows of half double crochet, you have finished your strap. All right, so what I want you to do is fold your strap in half. Fold it in half. And find your middle stitch. You can count if you want to be exact, or you could just approximate your middle stitch. Okay, and I want you to go ahead and mark it. And then I want you to count 34 stitches to the right, mark that stitch, and then 34 stitches to the left, and then mark that stitch. So you should have, from the far left to the far right, you should have 69 stitches. Okay, so go ahead and mark those. You can take your center marker out. That was just to get a center point. Okay, so 69, we need a total of 78. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab color A, and then we're going to attach it to the stitch marker on the right. All right, so we're just going to attach that. And then because we need 78, we are going to go ahead and chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that you have chained up your 9, you're going to go ahead and slip stitch this chain into where you have your other stitch marker. So remove your stitch marker, go ahead and slip stitch, and this is how I'm going to do it from the front, pull through all the way through. Okay? So now you have a nice loop and everything, nothing's twisted. You just want to make sure that nothing's twisted. And we are ready to do the first round of our band. Okay, so then what we're going to do is chain 1, turn your work so that you're working your chain. And that chain 1 does count as a single crochet. Go ahead and single crochet across the chain. Okay, and once you get your single crochets into the chain, you're just going to go across the half double crochets from the previous round, and you're going to do 1 single crochet all the way around. That's it. I will meet you at the end of this round, and we will do round 2 of our band. All right, I am coming to the end of this first round of single crochet. We're going to go ahead and single crochet into that first one, and we're just going to do another round. So go ahead and mark that first stitch just so you make sure you end up with 78, and go ahead and do 1 more round of single crochet, and I will meet you back at that first stitch marker. All right, when you get to the last single crochet, go ahead and take that stitch marker out, and you're going to go ahead and slip stitch into that first stitch to join. Okay, and now we're going to turn our work, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a stacked single crochet. You could start off the row with a chain 2 if you'd like, but I like the look and the aesthetic of the stacked single crochet. And how that looks is we're going to do a single crochet, and then you have the 2 loops that form your single crochet. You're going to go under that first loop and do another single crochet. That's a stacked single crochet. If you don't want to do that, you can just do a chain 2. Okay, and then we're going to do 2 more double crochet into that same space. We're going to skip 2, and then we'll do 3 double crochet into the next space. Skip 2, 3 double crochet into the next space. We're going to do that all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of this first cluster round. All right, we are at our last cluster of 3 double crochets. What we're going to do is, instead of doing the final yarn over pull through with our color A, we're going to grab our color B, and we're going to pull through with our color B, and we're also going to slip stitch using our new color. So we're going to go ahead, let's pull our old color, color A, forward, and go ahead and slip stitch into the top of that stacked single crochet, just like that. All right, so then we're going to start our next round, which is going to be an alternating round. You're going to alternate between the 2 colors. So let's go ahead and turn our work. Okay, and again, let's do a stacked single crochet, which starts with a single crochet. Move that tail out of the way, and then go under that first loop and do another single crochet. Okay, for this round, we're going to be carrying the non-used yarn with us for the whole time. So we're going to do another double crochet and then another double crochet. And again, instead of finishing it with the same color, we're going to grab our other color to finish the last double crochet. And then we're going to we're carrying this yarn with us to do 3 double crochet into this next space. And we're working into the spaces that we created in the last round. And on our third double crochet, we're going to go ahead and pull through with our new color. Okay, and then we're going to alternate colors all the way around, making sure that when you pull through on that third double crochet, that you're pulling through with the new color. All right, go ahead and do that all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of round 2 of our 4 repeat. We're doing a 4-round repeat, and this is round 2. The first round was the cluster in color A, and now round 2 is the alternating clusters. So I will see you at the end of round 2 of 4. All right, I'm coming up to the final cluster of this second round of our 4-round repeat. I am going to change color. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of that stacked single crochet. Turn my work. And now I'm going to do color 2 all the way around. So I'm going to do a stacked single crochet and then 2 more double crochet. And then I'm going to do 3 double crochets in each space all the way around. One thing I want to point out is each row that you're doing alternating rounds, you're going to have these extra loops here. When you're doing your solid color rounds, make sure you go under all of those loops in order to clean up the spaces. What I mean by that is you're going to yarn over. Instead of going under here, you're going to go under all the loops that were made in the last round. So yarn over, go through under all the loops. See, that way everything is clean and you have correct spacing. So you want to do that and make sure you're going under all the loops from the previous round. And do your color 2 all the way around. Should look something like this. And I will meet you at the end of round 3. Okay, we're coming up to the final double crochet of round 3 of our 4-round repeat. Go ahead and finish that last one with the same color. You're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of that stacked single crochet. Turn your work. And now we're getting ready to do another alternating round. So our final round of the 4-round cluster will be an alternating round. And then you will just be repeating those 4 rounds until you get the length that you want. So let's start with our stacked single crochet. You know how to do that by now. And then go ahead and do another double crochet. And on the 3rd double crochet, you want to just pull through with your color A. And now we're just alternating the same way we did with row 2. of the 4 round repeat. So you're just going to make sure that you change your color on the pull through of the last double crochet and alternate all the way around. And just make sure when you're going around that you're looking at the pattern, okay? Making sure that the pattern looks correct. Go ahead and finish round 4 and then repeat those 4 rounds until you get the length of the wrap that you want, and I will show you how to finish up. Okay, once you have finished your length that you want, should look something like this. I already weaved in my ends, but you should have a panel that looks something like this. Okay, what we're going to do to finish up the hat, to close it up, is we just slip stitch per normal and then we turned our work. We're going to do the stacked single crochet per usual. But for this last round, before the round that we sew the hat completely together, what we're going to do is we're going to close it up a little by doing 2 double crochet in each space around. So instead of doing the 3, we're just going to do 2 double crochet in each space all the way around, and that will close your hat up a little bit. And then I will show you how to completely finish it. So go ahead and finish this round of double crochets, and I will meet you at the end of this round. All right, we have come to the end of that round of double crochets where we were putting only 2 in each space. We're going to go ahead and slip stitch per usual. And I'm sorry I didn't say it before, but you should have cut one of your yarn, whatever color you weren't using. So go ahead and slip stitch to join. You are going to cut a long tail. That's probably too long, but better too long than too short. All right, and then you're going to grab your yarn needle. And how we're going to close the hat is we're going to go into the front loops and just weave in and out all along the front loops. Just like, oops, like this. So what I'll do is I'll go through a few, then I'll pull. And then go through a few more of just that front loop. Pull. And as you go along, you will see that your hat will get tighter and tighter. All right, so just do that all the way around, and I will meet you at the end of your hat. Once you've gone all the way around, looping those front loops, it should be pretty much closed. If it's not, you may have to go through a few more. Yep, so just go along the top all the way around until it is closed the way you would like it. All right, so when you're done and it's closed up, just go ahead, like I said, and loop through the tops just to lock this in place, and then go back the other way. So that it is secure. And that is it, y'all. And then go ahead and weave your tail in however you weave your tails in. I'm just going to pull mine through for the moment. And then you should have your wrap. that looks something like this with your long straps. All right, I'm going to try it on. I'm going to come back, give you a little fashion show maybe, and then let you know what we have coming up next. Thank you so very much for joining me on my newest tutorial, and I hope you love this tutorial so much. Please consider subscribing and telling a friend about my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I love y'all so much. And thank you again for more than 2,000 subscribers. And I will see you in my next tutorial. Goodbye. All right, y'all. I didn't do a fashion show, but I am going to show you how I put this on in case you have long locks and you're not sure your hair will fit. I always put my hair in a ponytail or a bun, shake it situation, just to make it easier when I put it on. And then I always dip, shake, nene to the back, and then stick all the little pieces in there. I was struggling, like blood rushing to my head. Shake it, shake it, right? And I always shake it to get all my hair to try to drop to the bottom of the wrap. Of course, I would do a better job if I were in the mirror, but just for instructional purposes, I wanted to do it for y'all just so you can see that you can do it with longer hair. It is possible. And your straps are long enough so that you can do a lot of different styles. Swivel. Ooh, ooh. Walk away. Come back. Do the little TikTok dance.